There's a new ceasefire in Gaza. Will it hold as Israeli forces pull back? What's next for the people of the region? And why are some Arab states supporting Israel in its battle with Hamas? We'll go to Israel and the West Bank for some answers. Hello, I'm Anand Naidu in Washington, D.C., and this is The Heat. A 72-hour ceasefire between Israel and Hamas appears to be holding for now, as Israeli forces have redeployed outside Gaza. The Egyptian brokered deal followed a month-long battle. Israel says its core mission is now complete after destroying more than 30 tunnels used by militants in cross-border attacks and eliminating a third of an estimated 10,000 Hamas rockets. According to the United Nations, the fighting displaced at least 250,000 Gaza residents. Since the conflict began on July 8th, more than 1,800 Palestinians have been killed, most of them civilians. Israel says it lost 64 soldiers and 3 civilians, while its Iron Dome deflected most of the 3,500 rockets fired from Gaza. Indirect talks between Hamas and Israel are set to begin in Cairo on a broader deal to prevent future cross-border violence. Later, we'll talk about the prospects for peace with a member of the PLO Executive Committee and a former Israeli ambassador to the United States. But for more on the latest developments in ongoing humanitarian crisis, we turn now to CCTV's Roee Ruttenberg. He's in Tel Aviv, and Noor Harazeen, she is in Gaza City. And Noor, let me start with you. What is the situation in Gaza right now? Are people trying to pick up the pieces of their lives?
Well, it's really calm in Gaza today. It was one of the most busiest days that we witnessed since the start of the Israeli operation in Gaza. People today managed to feel safe and go out of their homes to buy grocery, to buy water, to buy fuel, and also the people who have evacuated their homes managed to go back to their homes and check on their homes and evacuate some of the clothes and the stuff that they had there.
Roee, what is the view in Israel on this latest ceasefire? We know there have been ceasefires before and they've been violated. Now, has it changed?
Well, this is quite a different ceasefire, Israel would say, because some of the conditions have changed. Notably that Israel has, as you mentioned, redeployed its troops. That's Israel's terminology for pulling the troops out of Gaza, out of the Palestinian enclave to the Israeli side of the border. Thousands remain there on what are called preparedness bases. Israel says that they are ready to respond if attacked, if those rockets continue. As a result, the public perception here has also changed. You haven't heard Netanyahu use a phrase, and you likely won't, such as mission accomplished, but there is a sense here that Israel went in there to destroy those tunnels, some 30 tunnels that Israel calls terror tunnels, penetrating from Gaza into Israel, and many people here feeling satisfactory that has been accomplished and really wanting to see a truce, if possible, bring about a longer, calmer solution.
Right, Noor, we've heard appeals from Palestinian officials for a massive airlift of aid to Palestinians in Gaza. Are you seeing any evidence of that aid arriving? Are convoys managing to get through?
Well, since the beginning of the operation, the Egyptian military closed Rafah border and it refused the entry of many aid convoys to enter the Gaza Strip. But yesterday and today, Egypt allowed several aid convoys to enter the Gaza Strip from Egypt, from United Arab Emirates, from Algeria, from Britain. And also at the same time, there has been some aid entering Gaza through Karm Shalom crossing. So yes, we can say that there is much aid that entered the Gaza Strip in the past 48 hours.
Roee, one final question. What kind of internal politics is the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu facing now?
Well, clearly internal politics being at play here. His coalition is comprised not just of his own Likud party. Even in that Likud party, you've had challenges to his authority and to his approach, but also he has other ministers, high-ranking ministers in his security cabinet from the Israel Our Home party, from the Jewish House party of Naftali Bennett there, and Avigdor Lieberman, the foreign minister, both having an agenda which they said they wanted to completely obliterate, effectively obliterate Hamas. Netanyahu trying to go a little bit more down the middle there, going after those tunnels, and then of course turning to those negotiations, those discussions in Egypt, Israel on Tuesday, I should say, sending its own delegation to participate in those indirect talks. But it's important to remember that those other individuals also have their eye on the seat of Prime Minister, and Netanyahu is having to deal with that while he's dealing with the ongoing conflict in Gaza.
Roee Ruttenberg in Tel Aviv, Noor Harazeen in Gaza. Thank you.